Alright, so here I am in the command prompt in the SQLite 3 program inside my shelter database. Now using this create statement, I've created a new pets table with a couple constraints on different columns. Now in order to follow along, I suggest taking a look at the insert statements that I've linked down below in the instructor's notes. They match the ones that I've inserted here. And so I've created new data inside this pets table. So back to our overview of the CRUD SQL commands. Now thus far, we've talked about creating a table for the pets, where we're inserted a new pet into the database, as well as inserted default pet data into the database. Next, for the read commands, we've learned how to select or read a list of all the pets at the shelter. Now if you notice, the next few actions are all specific to a single pet, as indicated by the ID we need. Alright, so to refer to a pet by its ID, we can use the where clause. So let's take a look at an example. So let's say I use that select star from statement that we've used before. Select from the pets table. But now I want to use the where keyword. And so this where keyword specifies the pet or pets that we're interested in. In our case, we're only interested in the pet where the ID column is equivalent to 1. ID is 1. So notice here that it prints out the first pet of our table, so Tommy. And to help us look at that better, let's turn on the header and then set the mode to column. And once again, here's what that information looks like. So in our case, we're only interested in the pet where the ID column was equivalent to 1. And notice here that we used ID, but it's not specific to the where clause. We could have used various other columns to specify the information that we wanted. So for example, say I wanted all the pets that weigh more than 18 kilograms. So like from pets where weight is greater than or equal to 18. And so that command gave us that our one pet Duke has a weight of 70 kilograms. Another example case, we could have looked at all the pets whose gender are female. So let's try that. Where gender equals, remember we had the value 2 set as the equivalent for female in our use case. So we have our two pets, Lady and Arlene. So where helps us specify which rows of the database we're interested in. And as I mentioned before, select allows us to specify which columns we're in. So for example, I can select specifically from 2 columns, so say name and breed column from the pets table. So what that does is it pulls up the information from just these 2 columns that I've asked for. So this is useful if you have a huge database but are only interested in 1 or 2 attributes from that database. So what the order by keyword here does is change the output ordering. So it takes the column, so what we specified here, name, and then orders that column by either ascending, so ASC, or descending, DESC orders. So in total, this command is telling us to order all this information by the name column in ascending order, so from A to Z. So using a combination of the keywords and then various syntax, we can grab specific information to get just the particular data that we need. So for example, we can grab all the animals that don't have an unknown breed and then show their names and gender. So for example, select name and gender from the pets table where the breed is not equal to unknown. So in Java, the exclamation mark means not. So combined with the equal sign, this reads as not equals. So in this statement, we're just selecting the columns name and gender for the pets whose breed is not unknown. So that includes these 6 right here. So as you learn other operations in SQL used to delete and update data, keep in mind that you can use the where clause to specify the data that you want to affect. So for this practice set, select just the name and weight from the male pets, and then order that by weight with the highest weight at the top. And I'd like you to paste the command that you used in this box here.